About 25 years ago, I saw an interview with a university professor, and he was being interviewed about chaos theory. And at the time, I thought, what a load of intellectual babble. But now that I'm older and wiser and more experienced in the kingdom of God, I see the truth in it. And there's a few different aspects to chaos theory, but the aspect that interests me is the law that says out of chaos comes order. Now, in the kingdom of God, we could say out of chaos and out of disorganization and out of upheaval, out of mess, comes something good, comes God's purpose and will. And I think of Joseph, who was sold as a slave and thrown into a pit, sent to a foreign land as a slave, thrown in jail, left to rot. And yet out of that, God's will and purpose was displayed and fulfilled. And I even think of nations where nations have been in absolute turmoil and upheaval. I think of one right now where the church prayed for about 50 years for a dictator to be removed because he caused such chaos and upheaval in that nation, and God never answered their prayers. And yet, during that reign of that dictator, the church thrived, became something dynamic. See, in the chaos, God's will and purpose comes out of it. Something good comes out of it. So let's personalize it for a moment. If you think about it, in all the things that have happened in your life, you are still here. When you look back and think of all the mess that you've come through, God's will and God's purpose has come out of it and has come into your life. No wonder it says that all things work together for good to those who love him. No wonder it says that he works all things according to the counsel of his own will. This interview that I was talking about when I started, it ended like this. The professor said that chaos theory is no longer a theory. It's a law. I think he's right. I think when it comes to God, in all our messes, in all the upheaval, in all the disorganization, in all the chaos, that which is chaotic, out of all that, God does something wonderful and good in it, in your life. He brings his purpose and his will to bear in your life. It's not a theory. It's a law. It's a truth. Be encouraged.